Now ESA chapter 4, all establishments which engage 10 or more employees, it will be applicable. Even if the number is less than 10, then voluntary coverage is possible now. Then plantation, optional basis, management and the workers, majority of the workers, they can agree and cover themselves under ESA Act. Then hazardous or life-threatening occupational establishments. Central government is empowered to notify the applicability in which single employee is employed. Even if there is single employee, it will be applicable. Then chapter 8, which talks about the social security and cess in respect of building and other construction workers. It will be applicable to all the establishments for which BOCW Act is applicable, right? Then social security for unorganized workers. It is under chapter 9, unorganized sector, unorganized workers, gig workers, and platform. For all of these categories, this chapter will be applicable. Then employment information and monitoring, which is under chapter 13. We discussed on this again, career centers, vacancies and employers. All of them, for them, this particular chapter will be applicable. Then registration, again we discussed, every establishment shall be registered, but if already registered under any other labor law for the time being in force, such establishment shall not be required to obtain registration again under this code, and such registration shall be deemed to be registration for the purpose of this code. So one single registration is sufficient. Now I think second portion, now I think old wine. So what remains unaltered? So I think a lot of points will be there. I'll quickly go through. Again, PF chapter 3 applicability. Yes, if there are 20 or more establishments, same thing, it continues. For those establishments, it will be the chapter 3 will be applicable, and voluntary coverage is also possible if there are less than 20. In case of gratuity, if there are 10 or more employees, then the gratuity chapter 5 will be applicable. Similarly, if there are 10 or more employees, then the maternity benefit chapter 6 will be applicable, right? But this 10 or more is both in case of gratuity and maternity benefit, it is only for shops and establishment. In case of factory, mine, oil field, plantation, port and railway company, it will be applicable irrespective of the number, right? Only in case of shops and commercial establishments, it will be 10 or more. There is a threshold. And in case of employees compensation, which is covered under chapter 7, yes, it applies to every employee and the employer subject to the provisions of the second schedule. I think current position also is like that. Right? There is a schedule 2, which is a long schedule, which describes as to who is the employee. So only for those workers, employees, it will be applicable. The same thing continues here also. Here also, the schedule is the second schedule. Yeah, I think chapter 2 discusses about the social security organizations. Now, I think we have separate organization for PF. I think we call it as Employees Provident Fund Organization, but it is controlled by Central Board of Trustees. Shortly, we call it as CBT, right? Again, the constitution of CBT, it is under section 4. So this is for the purpose of PF. Then constitution of ESI Corporation, it is under section 5. This is again for the purpose of enforcing the provisions under chapter 4 of the code, which is ESI. Then under section 6, National Social Security Board for unorganized workers. It will be found by the central government. Similarly, state governments are also empowered to do that. So that will be called as State Unorganized Workers Board. So there is a national board and there will be a state board also. Under section 7, the constitution of State Building Workers Welfare Boards. So this will be done state-wise. So each state has to constitute for the welfare of the building workers.